So here is the B450 Tomahawk Max from the socket cover removal video. And actually I got it running with one memory stick. And it has a Ryzen 3 2200G with integrated graphics running, and it posted with the new socket cover after I adjusted the pins a little bit. I have a tiny piece of copper wire there, and I need to rotate this piece of wire in such a way that it will fit on the hole here. Then it will make contact. Once the strand of wire has been added to the hole, you need to put the cover again back there and then place the CPU and then use a RAM slot tester or use a multimeter to measure that the connection is there. Then you can test the motherboard with all of the RAM slots once they have been tested and verified that they work. Now there is little bit wire strands in there. That is the B channel memory pin, and that needs to be connected to the CPU. There is now two small wires there. And in here, in that one, there is also some wire inside, and it's already confirmed to be working. That's the A channel. So I removed those capacitors because they were shorted, but it doesn't need them. And here are the other places. Those I have already measured. The CPU is connected to those, and I have verified the connection in here in the RAM slots. This is the A channel in here, actually the B channel. So these have been verified to be working using the diode mode. When the CPU is connected, then you measure these corresponding places in here. You need to use the board view to know which one is them and count them. If you find the pin in here, then you get the board view and you will then know which one is it here, and then you measure that when the CPU is placed without the RAM chips. Or you can also use a RAM slot tester. Then you can know if the LED lights will all light up, then it's properly working channel. Alright, now I will take a measurement again with this after I placed a little bit more wire in here, and it's quite stacked already, so hopefully the CPU will sit there nicely. And I think I don't see any strands of wire outside of the hole, so it should be safe to put the CPU there. Now the socket cover has been placed, and next I can put the CPU in there. And it goes to the socket nicely. Then I will check that it's indeed in place. It's good, and now I can close the socket. Then I put the cooler back on and take the measurements from there. Now I can show the measurement. This is on the diode mode. And it's the number 20 that I've marked in here. And now it's connected. The copper wire is properly filling up the gap there, and now the pin is touching the trace there, and a connection is being made. So this is the 20th. Let's calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And it is connected, so now I can test the motherboard with 2 RAM sticks. So when it works, you can realize that I'm quite happy that such a socket could still be repaired. These are the strands that I'm using here. I need to take one of these and then rotate it into round shape. Then it can be placed on the hole. Now the CPU is again placed on the motherboard. And now I can measure that the wire is helping the connection there, and on the B channel it's the 10th pin in here. Let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, I have nothing in here, so I need to try to put some more wire in the hole. Now the wire should be going there. And I already verified that the pad is intact. There is sufficient material in the hole so that the CPU pin will make good connection. Now it looks quite good. Then I can try. Now I have added one more strand in there. And here is the 10th pin that I have marked. Right there. And now it properly shows the diode drop. Now I can test the motherboard. And let's check the other ones also that I marked in here. This one is number 20 there, and that's properly placed. The number 8 in here, and that is also showing good number. Alright, now I can test the motherboard once again. Now the memory chips have been installed on the motherboard. And now it boosts. The motherboard has been repaired. Now there is the 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's very good. I have been successfully repairing this. Very nice. So the GPU is not yet detected. I need to see this PCI Express connection also. But this is a little bit difficult to probe here. And next I will look what's going on with the PCI Express slot. So this first slot is not yet working, so there is also some kind of missing pin there. So let's take the CPU out. And then take this out. This is easy to take out because this is already damaged, so it doesn't have the plastic there anymore on the that would hold it down. So it's these pins that need to be adjusted. I need to put some copper in there, like in here. Alright, I need to take a multimeter and see which of the pins is the PCI Express slot pin. Alright, I have measured the slot pin in here in the graphics cards slot. It's the third pin, somewhere in here, and it showed 8 ohms, so it's most likely touching the closest pins in here. I think it's touching this one. So this is the pin, and maybe it's touching this. So I need to adjust that a little bit. So that is pushing in here. But I do that off camera and then I measure again. So I found the PCI Express slot pin. It is this one in here. I calculated it a little bit wrong previously, and this in here is for the M2 slot. So I need to measure that also, that it's making a good connection. But this is the PCI Express slot and it doesn't look deformed, but I need to make sure that nothing is touching from here to it, so that it doesn't short out. There was indeed a little bit pins touching each other, so now that I separated those, I have a reading in here. This is the pin that was connected to next pin close to it, and here is the correct reading now. Then the M2 slot is also having a little bit of those damaged pins. I don't see any reading in here. Yeah, I need to check the GPU first that it is indeed working. This is the PEX clock pair. This should be correct number. Now I have added some additional filler material in here, in these two. And the M2 slot is now also tested to be working, and also the PCI Express slot. So this is the PCI Express slot pin here. This was touching it before, but I pushed it from here a little bit, and that's why it's no longer touching. There's hopefully enough gap there so that it doesn't start touching it. Yeah, now I can put the CPU on the socket and test the motherboard. Here are the measurements for the pins that had been repaired. So here is the PCI Express pin. That checks out alright. Then the M2, the second one, that's alright. Then the memory, that's alright. P channel, that is alright. And the A channel, or actually B channel in here, and that's good. Alright, let's put the CPU cooler on, and both memory sticks, and then the GPU also, and I will put also the M2 drive, and after that I have confirmed that those are working and the motherboard is working. I will find the screws for the MOSFET heatsinks and put them on. Then the motherboard has been fixed. Then I just need a new socket cover for it. Then it's very good. Now the motherboard is running normally with the GPU and M2 port and 16 GB of RAM. But I still have some pins on the socket which are for the display port of the integrated GPU. But I don't think I need that, so this is fixed motherboard. Now the MOSFET heatsinks are installed on the motherboard and the repair has been completed. And actually I checked out that this motherboard does not have DisplayPort output at all. Only DVI and HDMI. So nothing is missing here. It's perfectly functional now. So this is the completion of this repair. Thank you for watching and like and subscribe.